We're just gonna wait for this plane to drive on by. You know, a little aesthetic in the back. But anyway, I am driving. You know how you feel like that relief when you finally get your kids out of the car after going through a hellacious morning of them just not wanting to get ready for school in the morning. I got the most random thoughts in my head that I would want to give to someone who's still like on a debt-free journey or just started a debt-free journey. And so I pull over, I open up the note section and my phone, and I just start writing. So that's basically what this video is, just me documenting it, and hopefully it falls into the right people's hands. And this is a message to those who are in debt from an ex-personal finance influencer. First thing is, you are not perfect, okay? You are not perfect. I think that we tend to say this, but we are not believing truly what we say, or we're not accepting the fact that we are not perfect. You're not perfect, so you're not going to make perfect decisions all the time. There's no way that you're going to make perfect decisions every single time throughout your life's journey. And your life is just a series of experiences that are temporary. And one thing that I heard that I really clung to, I'm not quite sure where I heard it, but this person said that no one has done life before. We are all doing life for the very first time. And that's what I repeat to myself every single day. And I find that it allows me to tolerate people a lot more, take on a bit of more empathy when it comes to certain people, and it helps to give me more grace. And one thing I have learned is that you have to wake up and seek to renew your mind every single day, because we are bound by the flesh. The flesh is very emotional, and money is emotional. Money is heavily tied to your emotions, if that's not the biggest thing that it's tied to. I can almost bet that every single emotion that you feel regularly, there is a financial habit or reaction tied to that. So that means if you backslide into old money habits, you're not bad with money. You know, you're not stupid. You're just normal. Don't let anyone shame you for how you choose to go about your journey. And this is a big one. I am talking about, you know, which debt you choose to start with, whether you start with paying off debt or saving money, whether you choose to take a vacation that you prepared for versus, you know, paying off your credit card early, whatever it is that you choose to do. Like many of us, especially in the beginning, we tend to go to the internet for help and understanding, and it's great. There are a lot of positive things with the internet. We literally have so much free information at our fingertips, but it can also get very tricky if you do not have discernment in regards to the people that you're taking these tips from, because a lot of the times an individual's perspective is going to be based on their trauma in some type of way. And I'm not exempt from anything that I'm talking about. The same thing goes for my money tips as well. My money tips are going to revolve around the experiences that, you know, that I've had. And an example of this is like, maybe there's a person and they're a first gen, you know, and growing up, their parents and their family didn't have a lot. They lacked opportunities and resources, and so they placed a heavy weight on this person's shoulders from a very young age, and they really depended on this person's education and success. Growing up, this person may, have the belief that you should go very hard when it comes to investing and building generational wealth and, chasing a higher pay rate all the time. So if you present your plans to this person and your plans consist of just simply, you're happy with paying off consumer debt, that's all you want to do. Your investments consist of just simply a 401k. You got a little savings on the side, and you want to, when it comes to retirement, whenever you choose to retire, like you just want to ride off into the sunset with your 401k. So if you present your plans to this person, they're probably in so many words going to tell you that, you're going about it the wrong way. You're going about it the wrong way. They may tell you what you should do. You should, open up a Roth IRA and have all of these other investments accounts and chase these higher paying positions, things like that. And once again, they're speaking from their experiences and their trauma. And are you wrong? No. Are they wrong? No. Because I've learned as over the years from sharing my experiences online, sharing my money story and my financial plan, what I am choosing to do in my life, I have learned that in so many words, people are going to, they're going to disagree with me. There are some people who agree, and there's going to be some people who disagree and who are going to tell me that I should be doing something else. And they're really just speaking based off of their experiences, which is fine, because I've also learned that, hi Bella, we're matching, me and your nose are matching, mommy. But anyway, I have learned that, and this is for anything in life that you are sharing with someone else, in order to save your sanity, you have to get to a place of acceptance. Like, you have to accept that people are correct for their reality. They are correct for their experiences in life and what they choose to do to create a life that will kind of remedy the issues and the fear that they have. They are correct for their life, but it's just not correct for me. I am not arguing with anyone in the comments anymore. I have learned that they are correct, and I love to see other people's perspectives, even if it does not come out in the nicest way. I can't argue with their perspective and their reality. They have their life experience that they're speaking through, But I will say, do it anyway. Whatever it is that you're doing, if you made the plan and you have the vision and you've done the work, then do it. If it doesn't work out, sis, that's totally fine. Take the lessons that you learned, but that was always an experience that you were meant to have, and you have to allow yourself to have that experience. Never, ever, 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 ever let someone place their fears and their trauma on your vision. And I feel like I can honestly turn off this dang camera, because that's the whole objective I feel that's behind this message, is that get to a place in your journey where you don't let anyone shake you up. You don't let anyone place their fears, doubts, and limitations on what you are doing, because we are all living very different lives, and we know that, but we don't accept it. And it truly does show a lot of the times. Like when people share what they're doing financially, or maybe you're sharing it in a conversation and people are like, they don't understand, they're having a very difficult time understanding. But certain things in life you are not supposed to understand, right? We're not supposed to understand everything, and that is what I'm trying to work on in my life. If I'm looking at someone and I don't understand why they would do certain things, financially or outside of finances, I am trying to accept the fact that I don't have to understand it, because I don't have that person's, we have two very different experiences. We don't have shared experiences. Money is made to be spent. Yes, we are to be good stewards of our money. That is common sense, I feel. But if you feel this like intense feeling of shame and guilt anytime you make a purchase that's not a necessity, that's not revolving around investments or savings or paying off debt, anytime you feel like this sense of shame and guilt, girl, that's trauma. And that's trauma that you have to heal. Healing not only allows you to live with a better quality of life, but it also allows you to manage your finances with the realization that not every single thing has to be responsible. And I've been managing my money properly for about 6 years, maybe a little longer. And I find that when I purchase something that is not a necessity, I am still having to rebuke those spirits of shame and fear and guilt, even still to this day. And I feel like part of it is trauma from that time in my life where I didn't have anything. I didn't have any money. I was struggling. And now that I'm getting money coming in, I feel like I have to hold on to it. Like I have to kind of hoard it, because there's this belief that I have to work on, where I'm telling myself, if I let it go, then it's not going to come back to me. And there's also this belief that I'm going to revert back to my old habits, and I'm going to go back to, you know, the place that I fought so hard to get out of. And that's tied into not forgiving yourself for your past financial mistakes. That's something that you really have to work on, because you're always going to manage your money through the fact that you think that you're going to make another mistake. And so you don't allow yourself to take action. You don't allow yourself to really do anything because you're paralyzed by that fear. Like you have to work on releasing that and rebuking those spirits that try to come over you. And I also feel like it's from being suffocated by absorbing too much financial content. And I kind of want to add on or reword a tip that I gave on this channel. It was years ago, and I was like, basically in so many words, fully immerse yourself into the personal finance community, because all you're seeing is financial content, and that aligns with the reality that you're trying to create, right? And it's going to help to keep you motivated. But as I continue to learn and grow, like we are always going to be learning and growing, hopefully, and different seasons are going to come with different beliefs. But I believe in this season now that motivation can silently turn into you questioning your inner voice and your truth to fit the mold of what you're constantly seeing, right? If you're constantly seeing, do this, do that, don't do this, if you want this, then you need to do that, or this is what I've just accomplished, or y'all know, if you're on IG, YouTube, TikTok now has different communities on their platform as well, and I don't know what else is out there. But you kind of get what I'm saying. You have to allow yourself to bring in other areas of your life that you take interest in, or that you're trying to work into your day-to-day. And I will use myself as an example. I used to just follow, you know, money accounts, and everything was money, and my life became money. And I found that when I was making decisions that were just for me, based on my inner voice and my truth, that it conflicted with what I was seeing all the time, and I was questioning myself and questioning what was right for me. And I felt, once again, a sense of shame and guilt because I wasn't allowing myself to go about my journey the way that was correct for me. And like I said in the beginning, we all have different lives. We all have different upbringings. We all have different experiences. We all have different beliefs and faiths. And so your journey is not supposed to look like the next person's. Your journey is not going to be understood by everyone, and it's not supposed to. And never kill yourself trying to justify your actions, because if you know they're right for you, do it and go on about your business, you know. But now I'm intentionally trying to work in other areas of my life that I want to work on, and one of them is like, I love a good black girl luxury bougie type of vlog vibe. I am a YouTube person, so I love watching people's videos and vlogs. So I love me some Aaliyah's Face. I love Brianna Monique, Kyra on Monique, I think that's how you say it. And outside of that, I love like Phil Kofer and things like that. But I noticed, like with the Nazanin Kavari, with the black girl luxury or just girl luxury altogether, I'll watch a good one vlog once every 2 weeks. I can't absorb too much of it because, you know, our values are very different, and that's the beauty of it. Values are different, our day-to-day is different, our interests are very different, but it reminds me, in the midst of all this, you know, budgeting and saving and paying off debt, it reminds me to incorporate more time for me, like that I still need to take care of me, because I'll never get this version of myself again. And one thing I truly regret, especially on my debt-free journey, is that I didn't pour into the previous versions of myself. Like I just kind of let those versions of myself go, and I didn't love them the way that I should have. So that reminds me that, you know, it's okay to get a pedicure every once in a while. Maybe I'll get a lash fill every once in a while, buy some new clothes every once in a while, and it's okay. Y'all, life is a collage of experiences, and they aren't cohesive. They don't all fit. Sometimes they don't make sense. But I will say, even in the midst of everyone having their own lives, there are certain things that are the same for all of us. Like the sun rises and it sets every single day. The birds are not doing the stanky leg. They do what birds do. They fly every single day. The trees rise up to the heavens every single day. Those things don't change. And I feel like it's the same with our journeys. Like if we put them side by side, once again, they don't look the same. They're not supposed to look the same. Please don't try to make them look the same, especially try to make them look the same as the persons that maybe you're following online. They're not going to make sense to everyone. They're going to be ridiculed by some people. That's okay. You know, it is what it is. I think I go back to mind your business. We kind of lost that that wisdom in today's world, the mind your business wisdom. But I go back to kind of like, you know, I'm in my Bible, and anytime someone was trying to ridicule someone for something, there's a pattern of like Jesus going to them and basically in his wisdom tells them to mind your business, you know? Say it in your head and keep it moving. But one thing I find that connects everyone's journey is that it's full of ups and downs, wins and losses, which is okay. Once again, if you run up your credit card, it's okay. If you want to take a vacation, it's okay. You know, if you didn't meet your goal, it's okay. If you had to wipe out your savings, it's okay. These are the ebbs and flows that come with your journey. Know them, yes. Accept them, work on that, you know? Because if something goes wrong, we're ready to throw in the towel. That means you haven't accepted it yet. But one thing that looks the same is that we all have this main goal, which is to have more financial stability and peace in our lives. And I think that's what connects us all at the end of the day, despite everything else. I hope this helped.